Bonjour, this is Tom Padula from TomPadulaTV on YouTube and Insegna Booksellers. And this morning it's another presentation, lesson, podcast from the series number 1 of Languages and Cultures, involving in this particular series French and Spanish. The other languages will follow eventually. The reason why I'm sort of introducing it this way today is because I realised that it's better to do a portion of work and then put it online and maybe discuss it, have a few people commenting on it. Welcome to Assunta Lombardi, commenting on it and how it is going. That's important. So the Languages and Culture series involves, in fact, all the languages of the world. But here at Insegna, I have 20 languages on the shelves, and I teach French and Italian, and also I'm a teacher of history. So those are my areas of knowledge, and I'm trying to always update and improve and think about them more deeply. But of course, there are also other interests. And last night, I did a second program for food, la cucina and salute, cooking or food and health. Again, last night, this was the third try of number 2 of Cucina e Salute, and I was trying to do a few things right at the end, but again, I pressed the button, and lucky that I was able to save it on time and upload it. But I'm not sure whether it'll be there all the time, because I don't think I pressed one of the buttons. Anyway, I listened to it afterwards, and I thought, well, that's all right, we can improve on that. And that's what we can do when we're learning a language, other languages. You do need a commitment to it. You need some interest, and you also need some resources. And then with the resources, you need to know what to do with them. So I'm here, and I thought, after all these podcasts and presentations online, people would be knocking on my door. But the reality is that very few people do so, because people in the modern world they're very, very busy. Adults are very busy just trying to survive, to understand it all, especially now with this technology that's come in a big way. Because of COVID, it probably, our general technological knowledge has probably been speeded up by 20 years. And I'm not joking when I say that. So today, it's almost impossible, really, to live well unless you know how to get around these things. So where do we go from here? Well, from here we go to, in Melbourne, we go to the Italian clubs. And the Italian clubs have been developing a lot of, but not just the Italian clubs, all clubs, developing a social meeting places. And that's where this sharing of knowledge can occur. And I will do this both at, in a very small way, both at Federazione Lucana and Solarino Social Club. I'm trying to attract a few people, because, all things start from small. And it's fun when it's, fairly new, the whole idea. So that's one. Now today we're going to do, I've been thinking about the 9 parts of speech and the how do you divide up the 9 parts? And I've mentioned this before. I think nouns come as number 1 priority. So you need a word bank with nouns and adjectives. Very important, because they behave in the same way in terms of feminine, masculine and feminine, or feminine and masculine, singular and plural. The endings are the same, they have to agree with each other. And then there's the big one called verbs, the doing words. And with the doing words, you can make sentences. So finally, after this, you will need to do a lot of reading, and reading aloud is important. And whilst you're doing, the word bank and the reading, you can also start writing simple sentences in French. So with the words and with, as we move along, you can pick up some phrases and sentences from what we read. And it doesn't matter what you read. I choose certain books because I have them, and they're easy to understand and to do in terms of teaching, and those are the ones I choose. But other teachers want other material. We all follow our own likes, if you like, but in teaching. But there are also very specific, very specific rules when you teach a language, and methods as well. There are many methods to this. And if you're an adult and you are, you're learning a language, probably the best way to improve your knowledge is to actually teach it to someone who doesn't know anything at all. A child, help them out. An adult who wants to learn, si dice in terra di ciechi, chi ha un occhio, Signore, in the land of the blind, he who has one eye is Lord. Now, dans le terrain, say the French doesn't come naturally to me because I don't use it every day. And so some of the phrases, I have to work on it. And I'm doing that in front of you, in the improvement of my French, and also in the learning of Spanish. So it's 11:31. I've spoken enough of my introduction. Here we go. The first thing we're going to do is build up our word bank. So I've been doing it for a few weeks now. Today is la gare, le garage, et l'aérodrome. Okay. So let's have a look. Okay, first listen, right? And I forgot my second phone at home, so dear. But, you have to survive. That's what happens. Les rails, le chef de train, la locomotive, les tampons. There's a bit of a pause. You can repeat it if you want. Le wagon restaurant, les wagons, le mécanicien, le train de marchandises, le quai, les feux de signalisation, les feux de signalisation. I'm not sure what I said. Welcome to Assunta Lombardi. Really appreciate you coming on. Le contrôleur des billets, les valises, les phares, le bidon à huile, le moteur, les accus, le camion citerne, la roue, la clef, le pneu, le capot, la voiture de dépannage, l'huile, la pompe à essence, la pompe à air. I think it's air, yes. Le coffre, le lave-voiture, le pilote, la tour de contrôle, l'avion, la piste d'atterrissage, l'hélicoptère, l'hôtesse de l'air. Now notice that these words here, some of them we will know straight away, but some of them are very specific to the particular topic. Okay, so this is la gare, here we go. From la gare, there it is. Les rails, le chef de train, la locomotive, les tampons. I don't really know what they are, tampons. Well, anyway. Le wagon restaurant. Les wagons. Le mécanicien. Le train des marchandises. Le quai. Les feux de signalisation. Le contrôleur des billets. Les phares. Le moteur. Le bidon à huile. Les accus. Le camion citerne. La roue. La clef. Le pneu. Le capot. La voiture de dépannage. L'huile. La pompe à essence. La pompe à air. Le coffre. Le lave-voiture. Le pilote. La tour de contrôle. L'avion. La piste d'atterrissage. L'hélicoptère. L'hôtesse de l'air. Now with this one here, with these words, we should be able to do, you can say, for example, l'avion est dans l'air. The plane is in the air. L'hôtesse de l'air, that's the female, l'hôtesse, hostess, air hostess, etc. So that's it for this. Come back to me. So that was the word bank. You need something, and also you can then revise the previous ones by going over my lessons. And the previous ones were aux zoo, the animals, le magasin de jouets, the toy magazine shop, la rue, the road. We've done l'atelier. What's on top of your house? L'atelier. Anyway. Dans le jardin, in the garden. La cuisine, the kitchen. And à la maison, at the home. So you notice how I avoided l'atelier, because it just doesn't come. Sometimes, you know the word, you've done it hundreds of times, and it doesn't come. Now, why is it? Am I losing my marbles? Or what's going on? Or are you losing yours? We all lose them sometimes, but it's important to forgive yourselves, because we are, after all, human, and our brain, we have to, if you're learning another language or other languages, there's a lot to play with there. But it's important. Great. So that's that. I'm going to have a little bit of a drink. I'm not going to sing. I'm going to go straight into the grammar. Because when I finish with the nouns and this called adjectives and adverbs chapter, so I've done so far, what have I done? Nouns and articles and adjectives and adverbs. And the adverbs are thrown in. So that's one of the parts of speech that's invariable. But you learn a lot from here. So last week we went up to number 7, okay? Number 7 of this particular section, which says adjectives and adverbs. They call it chapter 2. And where did it go? No, not that. Not that. There's it. Not that. There. I lost it because I was silly enough to go back, and now I'm losing tracks. I was all organised, and now, but here it is. I've got it in front of me. Okay, we'll start with n'importe. N'importe. That's one way of saying no matter. N'importe quoi. N'importe que je fais des erreurs, make mistakes. N'importe. N'importe combines with quel to signify no matter what. Téléphonez-moi à n'importe quelle heure. Ring me, it doesn't matter what time. 24 hours a day. So téléphonez à moi, ring me at any hour, whatever time of the day. Plusieurs is another one. Several. Elle a plusieurs livres. She has many books. Il a plusieurs chemises. He has many shirts. Plusieurs is invariable. Like n'importe quoi, that's invariable as well. Quelque, a little, some or few. In the singular, quelque means a little. Il me reste quelque temps. Okay? I have a little time left. Or it may mean some or any kind of. Je voudrais trouver quelque poste. I would like to find some kind of a job. In the plural, quelque means a few, some or several. So far we've had these words here. No matter, doesn't matter what time, and you have plusieurs, quelque, and now in the plural, quelque, let's see what happens. Elle a acheté, she has bought, quelques livres, some books. Il a quelques amis. Il a quelques amis. It's sort of this, because ami begins with a vowel, you can join them. Il a quelques amis. He has some friends or several friends or many friends, but quelques is not many, it has to be a little. Quelque can be an adverb and therefore invariable when it is used before a number and means environ, about, approximately, around. So about, approximately, around. J'ai fait quelques 100 mètres avant d'arriver à une route pavée. I walked about 100 meters before arriving at a paved road. Quelque, whatever, however. Quel, that's the singular and plural, feminine, masculine. Que, whatever. Quelque and the interrogative adjective quel combine with the relative pronoun que to mean whatever. The verb that follows is always in the subjunctive. So that's important to remember. Before a noun, quelque is an adjective and is variable. So that quelque is important because, you have to know the changes of use. So, quelque peur que vous ayez, conquérez-la. Whatever fears you have, conquer them. Quelque peur que vous ayez, conquérez-la. And notice que vous ayez, the ayez is a subjunctive verb of to be or to have. Before a descriptive adjective, quelque is an adverb and therefore invariable. Quelque difficile que soient les problèmes, persévérer. Whatever difficulty some problems have, persevere. However difficult the problems are, persevere. Quelque bêtement que vous agissiez, je vous aime toujours. So before an adverb, it is another adverb and therefore invariable. Is this French? No, it's about French. And these rules stay, like in the law books. They remain there forever for you. Quelque is written as two words. When it is followed by a verb, almost always the verb être, it agrees with the subject. Quel que soit votre métier, travaillez bien. Whatever is your profession, work well. Quelle que soit la difficulté, surpassez-la. Whatever it is that you have difficulty with or presents to you, surpass it. Beautiful. Quels que soient les problèmes, ne vous inquiétez pas. Whatever the problems, don't get upset. That's another one. Quelconque means just any. Ce n'est pas une peinture quelconque, c'est une peinture de Picasso. This is not just any painting, it's a painting by Picasso. And it'll be hundreds of thousands of dollars. Well, I wonder how rich he was in his lifetime. His paintings really sell. For very big prices. Okay. Je ne sais quel less. On ne sait quel. Dieu ce que. You know, you gotta come to the exercises soon, and that's where you learn more. These expressions are used to indicate an approximate resemblance. They are similar in meaning to certains, in an undermined sense. Je ne sais quelle personne a dit. I don't know who. I don't know who said. Il n'y a pas de fumée sans feu. There's no smoke without fire. Do you know who it is that said it first? I wouldn't have a clue. Il le fera Dieu sait quel jour. Well, he'll do it someday or other. God only knows that when. It's like some promises. I promise to do this, yeah, but when are you going to do it? It's all in the future. Who knows? Elle a je ne sais quelle idée. She knows. She doesn't know she has some ideas or others. Elle a je ne sais quelle idée. She has ideas. I don't know which ones. That's, you know, the way I translate it, but they translate a bit differently here. Tel masculine plural, tel feminine singular, tel feminine singular. Tel est mon avis. That's my opinion. Yeah, you can. Il le fera Dieu sait quel jour, elle a je ne sais quel. All right. Tel masculine plural, tel feminine plural. Such, a, like, os. Tel est mon avis. Such is my opinion. Je n'ai jamais vu un tel film. I've never seen such a film. Tel père et telle fille. Like father, like son. Il faut parler français tel que les Français les parlent. One must speak French because the French speak it. Or you must speak French as the French do. Very hard to do. Un homme tel que lui mérite des louanges. A man like that, a man such as he deserves praise. Telle ou telle personne, such and such a person, elle est partie telle une flèche. She set off like an arrow. See instead of tell in expressions containing an adjective. Avez-vous jamais vu une si belle peinture? Have you ever seen such a beautiful painting? Avez-vous jamais lu des livres si amusants? Have you ever read such amusing books? Tout homme a son pays. Every man has his country. Toute femme mérite cela. All women deserve that. When followed by an article or a possessive adjective, it means the whole or the entire. Tout le pays est fertile. The whole country is fertile. Toute la montagne est couverte de neige. The whole mountain is covered with snow. Je serai honnête toute ma vie. I will be honest my whole life. Tout le monde means everyone. In certain expressions, tout means only. Pour toute réponse, il souriait. His only answer was to smile. In the plural, tout means all or every. Toutes les personnes ont besoin de repos. All people need some rest. I really should finish it off here, and that's it. Okay, tous les chemins sont chers. All the shirts are expensive. Elle y va tous les jours. She goes there every day. Tout, T-O-U-T, is invariable when using the name of an author to mean the ensemble of his or her works. J'ai lu tout Simone de Beauvoir. Tout is an adverb and is invariable when used to mean entire or complete. Ma vie tout entière. My entire life. Nous sommes tout seuls. We are all alone. Je suis tout seul ici pour ma vie tout entière. I can make sentences. Tout as a pronoun means everything. Il a tout fait, tout vu. He has done everything, seen everything. Tout est beau, everything is beautiful. Tout is also invariable before a feminine word beginning with a vowel or silent H. Elle est tout agréable, tout heureuse. She's altogether agreeable, altogether happy. However, the adverb tout must agree in gender and number before a feminine adjective beginning with a consonant or aspirate H. Elle est toute surprise, toute honteuse. So, I've come to the end of this now. There's an exercise here, which I'm not going to do because I've been on this for too long up to now. And I've got to the section called the review. So if you come to me and you want to study French properly, I recommend this particular book, and I have it, and you can come and pick it up or order it, whatever you want to do. And we can talk about it. I can show you. That's how it is. And if you follow my podcasts, my lessons online, even better. You get a bit of a clue, then you work on it yourself, and it improves. Everything improves. Well done. Done another one. I'm always happy when I finish one section. It's 11:51, so we've got quite a bit to do still. But don't you think we need something now? What do you reckon we need? You tell me what we need. We need one of these songs. And my challenge to my students this week is you have to learn one song off by heart. Des yeux qui font baisser les miens, un rire qui s'y perd dessous sa bouche. Voilà le portrait sans retouche de l'homme auquel j'appartiens. Quand il me prend dans ses bras, il me parle tout bas. Je vois l'avion rose. Il me dit des mots d'amour, des mots de tous les jours, et ça me fait quelque chose. Il est entré dans mon cœur une part de bonheur dont je connais la cause. C'est lui pour moi, moi pour lui dans la vie. Il me l'a dit, la juré pour la vie. Et dès que je l'aperçois, alors je sens en moi mon cœur qui bat. Des nuits d'amour à plus finir, un grand bonheur qui prend sa place, des ennuis, des chagrins s'effacent, heureux, heureux, à en mourir. Quand il me prend dans ses bras, il me parle tout bas, je vois l'avion rose. Il me dit des mots d'amour, des mots de tous les jours, et ça me fait quelque chose. Il est entré dans mon cœur une part de bonheur dont je connais la cause. C'est toi pour moi, moi pour toi dans la vie. Il me l'a dit, la juré pour la vie. Et dès que je l'aperçois, alors je sens dans moi Mon cœur qui bat, la la la. You can see I'm still struggling with knowing it off by heart. Well done, Anna Scodella. Coming on. Well, because you come on, I'm going to do Rien de rien. Non, rien de rien. Non, je ne regrette rien. Ni le bien qu'on m'a fait, ni le mal. Tout ça m'est bien égal. Non, rien de rien. Non, je ne regrette rien. C'est payé, balayé, oublié. Je me fous du passé. Avec mes souvenirs, j'ai allumé le feu. Mes chagrins, mes plaisirs. Je n'ai plus besoin de balayer les amours. Avec le trémolos, balayer pour toujours. Je repars à zéro. Non, rien de rien. Non, je ne regrette rien. Ni le bien qu'on m'a fait, ni le mal. Tout ça m'est bien égal. Non, rien de rien. Non, je ne regrette rien. Car ma vie, car mes joies, aujourd'hui, ça commence avec toi. Now, the French Foreign Legion, you know about them? Well, this one here is the song, is their song, their mascot song. So if you ever join the French Foreign Legion, you have to learn this song here. No, rien de rien, etc. Okay, so we've done that one. Now, before we go any further, we will do one last thing. Well, I've got two things to do. I might do them regardless. One is La Mode. I have to learn that. I have to read it. And the other one is Jean de La Fontaine. I'll reintroduce him today. La Fontaine was born at Château Thierry on the River Marne and almost became a forestry official in Champagne like his father. But the desire to write and the dislike of regular routine work were too strong, and he spent most of his life in Paris as a man of letters whose charming talent found patrons among the aristocratic and wealthy members of society. His masterpiece, which raises him to the forefront of French writers and makes him the most familiar of all, is the Fable, published in 12 books between 1668 and 1694. 12 books, wow. Taking his theme from Aesop, Phaedrus and other ancient fabulists, he creates them anew in a show and varied language and verse forms that are free but not loose, light, harmonious and with effects perfectly timed. Il cause et il chante, said Valery. While some poets speak and others declaim, La Fontaine chats, and yet this is chatting raised unmistakably to the point of song. Each fable consists of a little play, the core, as he called it, to which a brief maxim or teaching, the is often attached. So he tells the story and then he says, this is, you could use this line here to describe all this. La cigale et la fourmi. La cigale ayant chanté tout l'été, ces trois fort dépourvus quand l'abysse fut venu. Pas un seul petit morceau de mouche ou de vermisseau. Elle a la crière famine chez la fourmi, sa voisine. La priant de lui prêter quelques grains pour subsister jusqu'à la saison nouvelle. Je vous payerai, lui dit-elle, avant l'autre fois d'animal intérêt et principal. La fourmi n'est pas prêteuse, c'est là son moindre défaut. Que faisiez-vous au temps chaud, dit-elle à cette emprunteuse. Nuit et jour, à tout venant, j'ai chanté, ne vous déplaise. Vous chantiez. J'en suis fort aise. Eh bien, dansez maintenant. Published in 1668, this poem is based on the fable number 134 of Aesop. Aesop, which bears the same title. Aesop was a Greek writer. and therefore La Fontaine picks up from Aesop. And guess who then picks up from Aesop, La Fontaine, and gives us some of the most beautiful films in the world? Really and truly. Think about it, in Hollywood, who's there that stands tall for his characters of animals dancing through our screens? You can tell me later the name. Okay, so that's it. Now, so the verse heptasyllabic, apart from the trisyllable of line 2, has an alert and sprightly movement that commands your attention. La Fontaine does not have to make explicit his lesson concerning the need for foresight. Neither does he worry that the cicada does not eat flies or worms, that it does not sing, and that it dies before winter. The fictional illusion is established, and we accept and interpret spontaneously the situation in dialogue. The scene is set, the actors are two neighbours of vastly different character, and the poet, with his amused tone and varied rhythms, presents his little moral comedy. So the cicada, neither does he worry about the cicada does not eat flies or worms, that it does not sing. Yes, it does. Crack, 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 crack. Oh, well. And it dies before winter because the ant doesn't feed it. So we have to look after our artists, so that otherwise they die before our time, before their time. L'artiste, the free spirits, they need to be helped, or people who are rich, or the government. You've got to help the artists. That's the story here. Well, one of my students this week, there's this one here. You'll find it on, somewhere online. Okay, so that's that. 12:01. And we're going to go to, well, I think you speak Spanish, so I'm going to do some Spanish now. Let's not forget, I'm learning Spanish online, and I'm saying to people how difficult it is to actually learn Spanish or any other language. And one of the first things I've sort of been saying is that we need a word bank. You need the words. So what I've done is I'm getting a phrase book and I'm reading the actual words in Spanish, and I'll give you the English translation as well as I go along. Cigarette in Spanish is el pitillo or el cigarrillo. Cigarette case is la pitillera, because the L you don't pronounce. Cigarette lighter, el encendedor. Cinema, el cine. Circle theatre, el anfiteatro. Circus, el circo. City, la ciudad. I thought it was la ciudad, but la ciudad. If the C is not pronounced, or maybe it is pronounced, la ciudad. Somebody has to fix me up on that one. La clase, that's class. To clean, that's the first verb we meet. Limpiar, yo, and then if you, with limpiar, it's an I verb, okay? I verb, and, well, it's like hablar. So limpiar, if I want to say, what does it say here? To clean, okay? You can say, yo limpio, tú limpias, ella limpia, él limpia. Nosotros limpiamos, vosotros limpiateis, habláis. Hablar, no. Yes, hablar. That's the one. Hablamos, habláis, hablan. So I have to, instead of limpiar, I'm going to say limpiamos, limpiáis, limpian, limpian, limpian. There's no L. Limpian. Okay, so yo limpio, tú limpias, él o ella limpia, nosotros limpiamos, vosotros limpiáis, and the last one, ellos o ellas limpian. That's it. So that's how the verbs are worked out. And then you can say, I clean the cinema, or I clean the amphitheater. Yo limpio el anfiteatro. You can start doing the sentences. Clean is limpio. So la muchacha es limpia. Cliff el ancantillado. Cloakroom el guardaropa. Clock el reloj. El reloj. Close, cerrar. Same as limpiar. So that behaves in the same way in the present tense. So I closed the door, I closed the cinema. If I close the cine, I say yo cerro el cine. Closed, cerrado. Cloth, la tela. Los trajes. El coche, la costa. El coat is el abrigo. Coffee, el café. Coin, la moneda. Cold, frío. Cold, MED, or cold med. So cold as in medicine, medical. You got a cold. El catarro. Cold cream, la crema para la cara. Cola, el cuello. Color stud, el pasador. Cala, el color. Color film, el carrete de color. Colorings, el reflejo. Comb, el pain. Come, to venir. Now, venir is a different one. Different verb. Come in. Adelante. Maria. Adelante, Ana. Comfortable, cómodo. Compartment, el departamento. Complain, quejarse. Complain, quejarse. Complete, completo. Concert, el concierto. Conductor, el cobrador. Conductor, orchestra, el director de orchestra. So here, I'm just looking at the other words. Congratulations, felicidades. So we got here conductor, concert, el concierto, complete, completo. Complain, quejarse, that's what we said, to complain, quejarse. So that must be a reflexive verb. Concert, el concierto, conductor, bass, el cobrador, conductor, el director de orquesta. Congratulations, felicidades. Connection, la combinación. Constipation, el estreñimiento. Consul, el cónsul. Got 2 more pages, I think. Yes, 2 more pages. And then, but this is your word bank. Consulate, el consulado. Contener, to contain, contener. Convenient, conveniente. Convent, el convento. Conversación, la conversación. Cook, el cocinero. Cook, to cook. Cocer, cooked, cocido. Now we could do something with that. Cool, fresco. Copper, metal, el cobre. Cork, el corcho. Corkscrew, el saca corchos. La esquina. Correcto. El pasillo. Las pinturas. That's, el pasillo is the corridor. Las pinturas cosméticas. Cost. Costar. To cost. You know, how much it is. Costar. So, la mela, you know, whatever. Cotton, el algodón. Cotton wool, el algodón. Couchette, la litera. Cough, la tos. Hand, to. That's, well, that's it. Can't contar. Okay, now, next one, last page. El país, that the country, countryside, el campo, course, el plato, cousin, el primo, creme, el calambre, cream, la crema, cross, la cruz, cross to, atravesar, crossroads, el cruce de carreteras, atravesar is a first conjugation verb in Spanish, cufflinks, los gemelos, cup, la taza, cupboard, el armario, cure, curar, to cure, to curl, rizar, both verbs. So, yo curo, tú curáis, yes, tú curás, él o ella curás, nosotros curamos, vosotros curáis, ellos curáis. Hard. Curtain, la cortina. Custard, las natillas. Custom, la aduana. Custom officer, el oficial de aduana. La cortadura, cortar. La costilla is the cutlet. And cut la cortadura. So that's it. Yes, we've done A, B, and C so far. So I can write that down, A, B, and C. Now, we need to do the verbs. Okay, first of all, we need to have a good knowledge of the pronouns. Which ones are they? The personal pronouns. They are yo, tú, él, ella, your polite form is usted. It's used in questions, you know, when you're approaching someone. So you don't say él or ella, you say usted. We is not nosotros, vosotros for you, and they is ellos, ellas, but in the polite form is ustedes. And that's the important one. Yeah? That's personal pronouns. Then you have to learn the verbs. The verbs are, let's do the one for hablar, you know, the first conjugation, present tense. Yo hablo, tú hablas, él habla, nos hablamos, nosotros hablamos, vosotros habláis, hablan, ellas hablan. And if it's polite form, ustedes hablan. Then there's also the ir conjugation. Where's the second conjugation? There's no second one. Because they've got hablar and vivir. Yeah, but I haven't seen the second conjugation one. Interesting. Well, that's for next time. Okay, so that's that for today. Really, you know, do you remember the days of the week? Lunes, martes, miércoles, jueves, viernes, sábado, domingo. It's come to me. Not bad. Now, I'm going to read here from El Cid. El Cid, that's chapter 2. We'll finish chapter 2 today. Okay, and we got here, says, we did Alfonso perdona el Cid last week. Now I'm going to read, se celebran las bodas. Don't know what las bodas is, but presumably it could be they celebrate a wedding of some sort. This could be at a wedding. Bodas. Let me have a look at the back of the book. I'm cheating a little bit here. You should know this one. Bodas. B. Boda, wedding. So that's wedding or weddings here. They celebrate the weddings. Okay, let's go. Legaron. I'll ring back. Legaron a Valencia los infantes de Carrión y muchos otros nobles de todos los reinos de España. El Cid les hizo mucho honor. En particular distinguió a sus futuros yernos, los infantes. Mandó que Pedro Bermúdez y Muñoz gustosos cuidarán y atenderán personalmente a los infantes. Las bodas se celebraron en la gran sala del palacio. Por todas partes se veían alfombras, seda y púrpura. Llegó la hora y los caballeros del Cid se juntaron allí con gran prisa. Los infantes se inclinaron ante el Cid y doña Jimena. Cavilando dio al Cid: puesto que tenemos que hacerlo porque lo vamos tardando. Ordenó al albarfanés que comenzara el rito y que diera a sus hijas con su propia mano. Fueron todos después a las iglesias de Santa María, donde don Jerónimo, el obispo, I'll repeat. Ordenó al albarfanés que comenzara el rito y que diera a sus hijas con su propia mano. Fueron todos después a la iglesia de Santa María, donde don Jerónimo, el obispo, dio su bendición. El Cid y los suyos, para celebrar el evento, hicieron una gran muestra de su destreza con las armas. Se realizaron torneos en un arenal cercano y al día siguiente, antes de comer, los caballeros rompieron 7 castillos de tablas erguidos en el campo. So, in this case here, I need somebody to correct me. Al final de los 15 días de fiestas, el Cid dio ricos regalos a todos los caballeros presentes y estos regresaron a sus reinos ricos y contentos. Los infantes de Carrión se quedaron a vivir en Valencia con sus mujeres y el Cid. So this is the end of the second chapter. And the next chapter is La Afrenta de Copes. Again, this book here you need to get from me if you don't have it. So that's that. Now, is there anything else? Yes. I'm going to finish off with my usual. Where do I put it? Here we go. Because I thought I had another song in Spanish. This time, no. Yes, this one here, Volare, by Domenico Modugno, got that. And A las Puertas del Sol, that's sung by Gigliola Cinquetti and also Albano. Tenía un alma así límpida y pura, que quizás por miedo a ti no he hecho nunca el amor. Buscaba las calles más extrañas del mundo, en cambio se llegaba a ti por claros senderos, y ahora que siento tu cuerpo cercano, en las oscuridades te pido llevarme contigo. A las puertas del sol, a los confines del mar, cuántas veces con el pensamiento te he levado junto a mí, y en la oscuridad soñaba tu mano ligera, cada puerta que se abría me parecía primavera. That's beautiful. Tenía un alma así límpida y pura, que quizás por miedo a ti no he hecho nunca el amor. Buscaba las calles más extrañas del mundo, en cambio se llegaba a ti por claros senderos, y ahora que siento tu cuerpo cercano, a la oscuridad te pido llevarme contigo. A las puertas del sol, a los confines del mar, cuántas veces con el pensamiento te he levado junto a mí, y en la alba oscuridad soñaba tu mano amiga, tu mano ligera. Tu mano ligera, cada puerta que se abría me parecía primavera. I'm struggling, I really am struggling with the Spanish here, because it's a new song. But I'm determined, and so I'm reading it initially in order for you to see the effort that it requires. A las puertas del sol, a los confines del mar, cuántas veces con el pensamiento te he levado junto a mí, te he levado junto a mí, te he levado junto a mí. ¿Qué me dices? ¿Qué sucede? Me dices que busque algo para vivir juntos. Un gran jardín para vivir juntos. Un gran jardín suspendido en el cielo, y 1000 niños con los años pintados de amor. Entonces los pensamientos no son ilusiones. Entonces es justo cierto que I just remembered that you don't have these lyrics. You have to look them up. You have to look them up. We're going to try it again. Come on, let's try together. This time. Here we go. Tenía un alma así límpida y pura, que quizás por miedo a ti no he hecho nunca el amor. Buscaba las calles más extrañas del mundo, en cambio se llegaba a ti por claros senderos, y ahora que siento tu cuerpo cercano, en la oscuridad te pido llevarme contigo. A las puertas del sol, a los confines del mar, cuántas veces con el pensamiento te he llevado junto a mí, y en la oscuridad soñaba tu mano ligera, cada puerta que se abría me parecía primavera. It's beautiful, that. A las puertas del sol, a los confines del mar, cuántas veces con el pensamiento te he levado junto a mí, te he levado junto a mí, te he levado junto a mí. ¿Qué me dices? ¿Qué sucede? Me dices que busque algo para vivir juntos, un gran deseo, un gran jardín suspendido en el cielo, y mis niños con los ojos pintados de amor. Entonces los pensamientos no son ilusiones, entonces es justo cierto que yo estoy volando contigo. a las puertas del sol, a los confines del mar. Cuántas veces con el pensamiento te elevaba junto a mí, yo en la oscuridad soñaba tu mano ligera. Cada puerta que se abría me parecía primavera. A las puertas del sol, a los confines del mar. Cuántas veces con el pensamiento te he elevado junto a mí y en la oscuridad nasal, etcétera, etcétera. Me parecía primavera, a las puertas, etcétera, etcétera. Okay, that's enough for today. I want to finish here, and I want to say a few words. Here we go. Notice here, the Fables of La Fontaine. I've got the beautiful book of La Fontaine. Maybe I should show it to you. Next time I'll show it to you. Here we go. Well, that's another important lesson 49. Next week will be lesson 50. And I've got to the end of the chapter in the grammar, but I'm going to dedicate, these next 10 lessons to whatever I want in terms of the literature, a bit of history, like what I did with Italian, go back a little bit in history. But I have to finish first the grammar part that I proposed I would do. Okay, so that's it. Now what do? I have to finish off. Adios. This is Tom Padula from TomPadulaTV on YouTube and Insegna Booksellers. Adios. Alla semana prochaine.